I am Matthew Thomas, and I'm back with a really great guest. He is the frontman of Ditchwater, Mike Meadows. Thank you for hanging out with me tonight. I'm glad I actually got this recording.
Yeah, that helps. Hi, Matthew.
And so, with the current COVID situation going on right now, so how are you staying busy since there's no shows?
We've been rehearsing and writing and doing all this stuff pretty consistently, like a weekly basis, putting together the new show. Our record comes out August 8th on Pavement, and we're getting, I don't know when it's going to happen, but it's going to, we're going to tour behind it and promote it. So we're going to be ready.
Right on. And you talked about, signing with Pavement, and that was really cool, at least for me on my side, because Aaron Cole just introduced me to you guys, and I started featuring on my show, and then like a couple weeks later, you guys signed with Pavement. So how is it, that's really cool for me. So how is it for you guys on that side?
It was pretty cool, man. I'm not going to lie to you. It was cool all the way around. We had made the record. We actually released it last October. And I think it was out for a couple of weeks, and then the rumblings from the label started happening, and they wanted to release it just as it was. So we were excited, and we signed, I think, in January, sometime in January. And yeah, somewhere in there. Mark's super good with dates. I'm not, because it seems like yesterday or 3 weeks from now. I can't tell anymore. But anyway, Sony's the distributor, so they asked us to pull everything digitally, and we sold out our. As a matter of fact, you were at the last show. We sold out our copies of the original mixing.
Yeah, I got the last copy too.
Did you?
Yes, I did.
Awesome. So yeah, it's been whenever that was, just waiting, and then COVID happened. And then everything's been delayed. So, we've been living with this record for a while. We started making it over a year and a half ago, writing it and pre-production, and then the studio, and then waiting around to get it, mixed and all the fun stuff that goes with making a record. And now we're just waiting. Now it's August, right? So we're waiting for August to come around. We had a little tour set up in July that got canceled. So we're holding on for September. So once we get the record out, we're shooting a new video next week.
Cool.
Yeah, so we're trying to stay busy.
I mean, as much as you can with the limited stuff that's either open or, limited capacity.
Yeah, if it was up to Mark, we'd probably be making like 3 or 4 more records during this time. But, I like to play live, and that's what I like to do. And I know that you can't keep doing that without a record. And, he likes to make records, so we work well together in that aspect, because that fuels my want. And he knows if I want to play, we have to make a record. So so they played me a couple new songs that they've been working on, in rehearsals that I don't make it out to. So yeah, it's it's really exciting. At the future, once we get past all this horseshit, it's going to be pretty exciting.
Yeah, at least Indiana's starting to open up soon, hopefully, with the governor rolling out new phases and stuff. So hopefully, at least get some stuff back open.
Yeah, I think entertainment opens up May 24th, right? For 150 people or something.
I don't exactly know what the numbers and everything are, but at least he's doing stuff. At least stuff's starting to get back.
We'll be happy to play in front of 10 people. So
I'll be there. So
there you go. We're gonna play in your basement. So
hey, anytime, show up.
As long as there's not more than 10 people there, we'll be all right.
That's just me right now. So
well, okay.
Anytime. All right. Hey, so we're talking about the Never Say Never album. Your latest release. That's getting a Pavement release in August. What can people expect if they haven't listened to the album right now?
Ditchwater. It's a great mix of everything that we've done in the past and some cool future stuff. The great thing about the band for me, and probably the reason that I've been around in that band for like 18 years, is there's no set sound. It is, I mean, we have our sound, don't get me wrong, but between just blistering guitar and drums and a melodic vocal to as heavy as you can get. So it kind of hits like anybody that's been on my Facebook page and knows that one second I'm talking about Sting and Billy Joel, and the next second I'm talking about Lamb of God or whatever. I'm all over the map. But Ditchwater allows me to hit all those areas. I mean, not like we're playing Billy Joel songs by any stretch, but it's a wide range, man. I mean, have you heard the record? So we go from kind of ballady. I don't want to call it a ballad, but you have like All About You, and then Enemy of the People, and everything in between. So it's a fun ride, and it's a quick record, man. I think it's like 31, 33 minutes.
Yeah.
10 songs, and it's a quick ride, but it's pretty powerful. I listen to it, like I'm at work sitting at my desk, and I hear things that I don't even remember doing. So it's still a new record.
Yeah, no, I was listening to it this week, to get my album review ready, but after I do this interview. So, and I really enjoy it. It's 10 fantastic songs. Just it really hits you. A bunch of lyrics, a bunch of emotions there, and I really like the last song, Iron Fist, because it's kind of more, it's a little bit more sped up than like the rest of the songs.
Right.
I think, and I really enjoy it.
We're big Motorhead fans, and I was a big Lemmy fan. I got to meet Lemmy in Los Angeles a long time ago, and he just made a big impact on me. He was just a very cool, I had to ask, like, is it all right if I grab a drink with you? And he was like, well, yeah, and it was just cool. He was a cool guy, and had some good conversations at the whiskey, if I'm not mistaken.
Right on, man. And so you've been a musician for a long time now. And so how did you know that you wanted to like be in a band and make music?
I saw Kiss early on in my life. I was a young man, like 5, and I was on Gene's side of the stage, and I saw a young lady discard her bra and throw it at him, and I was like, that's what I'm gonna do. But no, I was brought up in a house that my dad was big in the country, and like we're talking, Merle Haggard, Johnny Cash, old school, and then right next to that he had a Deep Purple record, and I just remember being super young and jamming Space Truckin' and that record. I can't remember what record that is. Smoke on the Water, whatever album that was. I was like 5, and then he was into there's another Jay Giles band. It's pretty like cool, like for that era, this cool heavy music. And then my mom was into the Beatles and Elvis, and then her brother was really into the Dolls, the New York Dolls, and Kiss, and Iggy Pop and the Stooges, and that. Like I was just messed up. And my mom's dad, I would go and listen to classical. We'd go out of his basement, and he would smoke this pipe, and I just jammed to some classical, and I was just amazed by the amount of music coming out of these instruments, how they all meshed together, and I just became a wreck. Queen. I was I'm playing air guitar and trying to be Freddie Mercury musically in my bedroom, like singing out the window to whoever would listen as they're passing our Detroit suburb home. So that really made me who I was, and in turn really turned Ditchwater into what we are. So we're able to be heavy and still melodic and and then lyrically people that relate to our stuff. So it's a lot of fun.
And have you ever had women throw bras at you on stage? Does that happen?
What are you doing, buddy? Who, me? No. That's
not. That hasn't happened to you?
No. Sorry.
Maybe sometime.
Yeah. Maybe later in my career.
All right. So I saw you guys back in end of February in Grand Rapids. And so you did an extended set because the headlining band wasn't able to be there for medical reasons. And right. So how do you determine what your set is or what songs you want to play?
Yeah, that's a good question because so Chris Stampy is our new guitar player, and whatever was in the set was the songs that he knew. So he's only been in the band, I think, 2 months at that time. I don't even know if it was a 2 full month thing. So I think we had 14, 15 songs ready to go that we were, good with. Some stronger than others, but that was it. If we had to play longer, we probably would have started with song 1.
Yeah, you guys it was a killer show. That was my first time actually seeing you guys live. And it was just so cool, you walking around stage, because, it was kind of a small place, Mulligan's. But it was just cool, you guys, you interacting with the crowd and stuff. I always thought that was just so cool.
We had fun. If you're not having fun, what are you doing there? So a lot of times, if I notice somebody, sorry, my daughter's being a big pain in my ass right now. So if you see me directing my attention elsewhere, she's interrupting something that she will pay for later.
All good.
If we're not having fun, I don't understand the point, And a lot of times when we're on stage, and Mulligan's is a great place. It's so small, but there's no TVs. There's no distractions. The venue's at the back of the bar. So people actually have to go through that bar and around a corner and in a door to hear music. And that's what they're there for. So they're there for us. So we have a job to do is to entertain them. And if that means that, we pop off the stage a little bit and have fun with, some of the people that, proved it to me kind of guys and the other girls. Excuse me, I have a note to read. I can't read this. Why would you read me a note? I can't read. I'm doing an interview.
I write it. And I
See? Oh, bye. See what I have to do? No, we have a great time live, and it's for us. As much as it's for everybody that's there and they pay to see us, and God bless them, they're buying our shirts and CDs and all that stuff, and we so appreciate that because that helps us get to the next show. It's really, I don't know, I won't speak for anybody else in the band, man, but it's for me. I'm there to have a good time.
And I had a great time, seeing you guys. I actually stored you guys $10. I ran out of cash for the CDs, so I apologize for that. And I'll make it up for you next time I see you guys.
That's right. First round's on you.
Sounds good. So how do you prepare for a show? You guys have to travel there. You got to set up. How do you prepare for a show?
The drive there is my prep. Whether it's an hour and a half to Grand Rapids or it's 3 hours to wherever we're going. I use the drive to clear my head and kind of think about what songs we're doing, why we're doing it, all those things. It could be somebody that messaged me and said, "Hey, I'm coming to see you guys for the first time. Had a really rough go," or whatever what their personal story is. I think about that. Because I want to make sure that I'm mentally prepared to give a good show. Because there's a lot of times where you're just not feeling it. Whether you want to do it or not, and you're ready, you're not as ready as you thought you were. And a lot of times, the words will escape me, and I'll just I wrote those words. Why don't I remember those words? But your head's somewhere else. So I really like to use the drive there, the prep for that. And a lot of times I go early and I'll grab a hotel room and just kind of, de-stress and have a couple, Pepsis and, the traveling is for me, the prep for that. And then listening to other bands play and meeting people before the show. And then once we're on there, it's like a switch. You flip a switch and almost be like you're another person.
Right on, man. And so, you've been involved in the music industry for a while, as I said. So do you
quit saying I'm old. Stop saying I'm old. Will you knock that off? No. Yes,
I've been involved for a while. I did. Hey, you're the one flying age over there. So do you have any advice for like up and coming bands who like just started in the music industry?
Yeah, quit. No. Practice, rehearse. There's nothing worse than not being prepared. You have to rehearse. You have to know who you are. You don't want to sit there and I want to be like Nickelback. Well, nobody wants it. Nobody wants that.
Not even Canada wants Nickelback, so.
Right? Not even Chad. So, be who you are. Don't try to fit the scene. There's a lot of, if you go back through our catalog, there's a lot of stuff that wasn't necessarily very trendy at the time, but we wrote what we wrote because that's who we are. So we didn't really change our sound or even our method to the madness because of what's going on around us. We just were who we are. So I would say just write the music that's in your heart. Practice as much as humanly possible. Get good gear. Get good friends because friends are important. Friends are the ones that are selling your merch for you and watching the door and carrying the equipment when you're just too tired to lift your head. So friends are important, but and never get let down. There's going to be a lot of people that you suck or you guys shouldn't be playing that or whatever. Do what your heart tells you, and success follows.
That's some really good advice for any up and coming bands listening. And so, what outside of Ditchwater, like what kind of music you listen to right now?
I was upstairs when you reminded me of this. I was watching a Rush show from Cleveland. Yeah, it was amazing. Those guys are just amazing. Neil Peart I miss him. I didn't really know him per se, but to know that they're never going to play again and make music again just bums me out. But if it's not that, it's I've been watching a lot of like orchestra related stuff, like there's Sting with the Philharmonic, Heart with the Philharmonic. Like I just like that combination because there's so much going on and so many instruments, yet it all works. So I dig that. I was listening to some Lamb of God this morning at about 4:30, so that was fun. But yeah, if I can find melody in it somewhere, I'm going to listen to it. If I can sing along, I love it. So it doesn't even matter the genre. It's not Luke Bryan. It's not Florida, Georgia, Alabama line or whatever. I can't. That's like, I don't know, man. Soulless. The other day I was listening or watching a Hall & Oates concert. It's Hall & Oates. Like, it doesn't even make sense. But those two guys, like, their harmonies together and that band was so hot. Like, I can't not but be confused when someone's like, that sucks. Like, what part of that sucks? You know what I mean? Like, it's just so awesome. So, in the same token, like, if I'm listening to, Anal Cunt or something like that, and people's like, that's not music. Dude, you play like that. Yeah. You ever hear the drummer from Cattle Decapitation or any of these crazy bands with the crazy names? But they're awesome. So everybody listens to everything, for a different reason. whether it was Pantera when they first rolled out, or like Lamb of God. I'm not a big fan of the screaming stuff that happened. But Lamb of God, like, I don't know why, but I want to sing that stuff. You know, I can't possibly do what Randy Blythe does, but I'm pulled into those songs. So, you'll catch me, Andrea Bocelli. I pop that in every now and then, and that's some badass tenor opera type stuff, and it's just moving. So if it moves me, it's good. And that's what we try to do too. We try to make, whether it's lyrically or musically, we want to move somebody, whether it's their body or their mind.
Right, and that's a great, goal for, anytime you make, music or are on the stage performing. I saw you put on a Facebook post, you were talking about Hall & Oates, and I was like, I was surprised by it, but I was like, hey, it is good music. I'll admit that. It is good music. I was just surprised seeing it from you.
Well, somebody sent me a message that said the last two artists that I promoted was Sting and Hall & Oates. And I was a poser for doing that. Like, there's a lot of great music out there that you should be using your influence on. Well, first of all, nobody gives a shit what I'm listening to. Yeah. But secondly, I wasn't promoting it. It's just like my Facebook page isn't the band's Facebook page. It's mine. Yeah. And I share like my experiences with the however many people that are on there that want to be involved in that. And I was watching that, and I'm like, man, I'm watching this show right now, and what a badass. Like, what are you going to say about Sting? He wrote Message in a Bottle. Yeah. And like a million awesome Police songs. Like, shut up. So I use the Q&As a lot because I get a lot of messages, and just kind of let's kind of separate. He's metal, so he's got to be a metal. He listens to metal all the time. No, man, I just like music. I don't care what it is.
Yeah, and I'm the same way. I mean, if it's, any kind of music, as long as it's good, it really doesn't matter what genre it fits in. And I mean, a lot of artists nowadays are even just going, like, switching genres, like, mid-album. So, I mean, it really doesn't matter.
No, we make our own genre. I know you're a big Swiftie, right? You're a big Taylor Swift fan. No?
Well, yeah.
I saw a picture of her in your bag. I just
gotta like it. I know when I had my station, I actually did feature a couple of Taylor Swift songs, so I can't hate.
Because you went home and shook it off? Is that why?
That's right. That's all you have to do. All right, so I got one more question before we go. So you got, you started with Pavement at the beginning of this year, and you got your Never Say Never release in August. But what else can people expect from Ditchwater in 2020? I know it's kind of hard right now with the COVID situation, but what do you guys got? Anything in the works?
Well, we're going to stay healthy. We hope that all of our fans and everybody that cares is healthy, and the people that don't care are healthy and safe and take care of your families. We're shooting some videos. We're going to start doing some fun stuff. I think we're going to, as soon as they lift some restrictions, we're going to invite some lucky fans to our rehearsal space and hang out a little bit and remember what it's like to hang out with people other than the five of us. But just gearing up for this release. And once they release this, we'll be doing the videos and a lot of touring.
Right on, man. And so if people are interested, what are some of the best ways to, support Ditchwater?
Care of Mike Meadows, P.O. Box. No, you can, we're on Spotify, Apple Music, all that stuff, man. YouTube, just listen to our stuff. If you dig it, contact the band, come to a show, call your radio stations and tell them that you want to hear this. Support internet radio, because that's so ever important these days, and guys like you that actually promote us and support us and all that. So if they don't support you, then what do we got? We're all in it together for sure.
That's right, especially right now. But yeah, actually, I bought, I was missing 2 of your guys' albums, so I finally bought that off Amazon today.
Oh, right on. Which one was it?
I was missing Adrenaline and Into the Storm.
Oh, right on.
Those get, once I get all those, I'll put out a nice picture of all the Ditchwater albums I got. So I'll make sure to tag you in it. So thanks man for hanging out and chatting about, your Never Say Never release, which I listened to the album, and if anyone hasn't yet, it is a fantastic album. You have to wait till August, but it is well worth it.
Thank you so much, Matthew. I appreciate it, and thank you for all the support.
No problem, man. I hope you have a good night. Stay safe, and hope to see you in person sometime.
Soon. We'll see you soon.